Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. My name is Virginia. Thank you so much for coming to the channel today. We're going to do a daily message from the tarot, and it's the One World Tarot today. So if you've missed any of these messages, really beautiful messages all week, they are timeless messages. So whenever it is that you are coming to the channel is when you were meant to see it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button. It does matter. If you've been watching and you're not subscribing, then I would love to have you here for a subscriber. I am really excited to dive into the cards today for this One World Tarot and to see what the information for us is going to look like as we head towards this weekend. So how are you all doing? We had some really interesting messages all week long, and I did do a pick a card reading over the weekend. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I probably will not be able to. Okay, so you probably saw that on camera. Death was one of the big cards that we had out yesterday, and look, it's showing itself again. And we have the death card. The death card is telling us that something is ending. And as we head into the weekend, what is that going to look like for each one of us? It could look like, something very different. So the death card is usually not a card people want to see, but it doesn't mean necessarily physical death. Like, because here you see this king down here and it is showing physical death. It could mean somebody around you, it's their time and they're going to go. But usually it's around circumstances, events, things that are happening. It could be the ending of really yucky things that have been plaguing you for a really long time, and things that you just know need to end, and it's a nice release for that. It could also be something kind of unexpected, and when it comes in unexpectedly, sometimes it's a little bit more of a shakeup. Now, what I'm seeing along with this is the Three of Swords, which we know the swords is around communication. So I'm kind of feeling like with these cards, it's kind of like the ending. So we have a 3 and a 4, right? Which is showing progression here. And what the 3 is, it's typically around heartbreak, things that, people have said that don't feel very good, or, when words go between people, or you hear something and it's not what you wanted to hear, and it just makes you feel bad, whether it's icky about yourself or about the circumstance or whatever it is. But the universe is trying to give us a gift here in all of this. And sometimes, so what I'm seeing with this card is that something is coming to an end, something that probably needed to come to an end because it wasn't something good. It was something that was damaging. And we may not see it for the gift that it is. That's what the Four of Cups is. Like, he's like been there, done that. He's not even interested in the cups in front of him. He's just, this is like, lethargy, when you're like just tired of stuff. And sometimes when things are, heartbreaking or bad, we can kind of try to cover ourselves to protect ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. But in doing that, sometimes we miss the fact that this thing really needed to end. And that's what I'm getting from all this, is that something is coming to an end. It was something that really wasn't good necessarily. And by good, I'm putting that in quotes because there is no real bad or good, just your perspective about it. But this thing that is coming to an end was something that, things that we heard, they just weren't things that brought love and light and joy, we'll say that. And we don't see right away the gift within this ending, which I really believe is here. So I'm going to ask to see if I can get any more information, please, about what this ending is. Okay, so we've got quite a few cards here coming out today. I'm going to go ahead and take them because I feel like there's really something to say. And I love that these came out in 3. So this message is this: something is coming to an end. It's something that we probably need to come to an end. We're going to hear about it soon, I think. And then we may not see it right away for the gift that it is, but it is, because then we have several cards coming in. Let's see if we can put these down here like this, because I'm going to put this up here. That's what I'm feeling like, because I think it has something to do with this and this, like something unexpected that we don't see right away coming out of this. When we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which is divine pairing with the Seven of Wands, and this is a very protective energy. So with all this being said, this looks very exciting to me. Is that something, so we don't see this ending for the gift that it really is, right? We're not excited about this thing that's happening somewhere in your life. Now, each one of us are going to probably hear something a little bit different out of this, but it's something that unexpectedly, like, we're not going to see the gift that it is, but there's more to it than what we see. Because from this like ending, I feel like there's a divine protection coming in, like a masculine and feminine, like this deep loving energy is coming in to help overcome whatever this situation is. So it could be a family situation for you, a work situation for you. It could be something that we're seeing on the world stage where we can't believe what happened and we just don't see the benefit of whatever that is. But this major arcana is telling us it's a major shift. And with this king and queen coming out together, it's a deeply emotional, very open-hearted thing that's happening. The Seven of Wands is around, you know, protecting yourself. And so I feel one of the things that I was getting is kind of like this galactic energy, like some divine force coming in to give us information. That was something that I was picking up with some of the cards last week. And that's the kind of energy I'm getting. I mean, if you look at these two guys, they look like something from outer space, right? They have these grand hats and these blues. So it could be the blue beings. If you've heard anything about the blue beings, are coming in to help protect what's going on here on the earth. Or for you, it could be that, you know, that through this thing that shifted, you're going to either find your divine soulmate. I think the king and the queen coming together, and in that coming together, you are going to feel like the universe has your back. That's what I feel like with all this. Very exciting reading with this death and the moon card coming out together. A very auspicious time coming up as we're coming into this weekend. So I'll be excited to see what happens on Friday. And yeah, so I'd love to hear any comments that you might have on anything that's showing up for you after these readings. Until tomorrow, I hope you really have a beautiful day. Bye now.